Tour Junkies.
While you drink that white wine there, we've got a brand new segment tonight. One that we've been waiting to use, but we've just been waiting for the timing to be right. I'm excited about it. Before we do that, remember, send us in your ideas for bets that we lose, what we need to do. Email us, DM us, send us those ideas. And remember to sign up for the Nut Hut and the Chalk Bomb. Pat, let's get on with the new segment. It is called What's Wrong With Blank? Tonight, it is What's Wrong With Who, Pat?
DJ Dustin Johnson.
What is wrong with Dustin Johnson? We are going to talk about what's going on with DJ. He was the Chalk Bomb last week. Got to be honest, felt a little scary to make him the Chalk Bomb because you know what? He is DJ. But what did he do? He went out and finished T48 like a donk. So we're here to talk about what's wrong with DJ. And I think we need to preface this, first of all. Things said or pontificated, theorized in this segment are in jest and not meant for slander or defamation of character or libel or any of, can't remember the distinctions between all of those. They are not meant for any of that, and a lot of this stuff that is said is merely speculation. We have no evidence to back it up. However, we are sprinkling in a little factual evidence as to that there's clearly something wrong with DJ's golf game. The speculative part will come as to why there's something wrong with DJ's golf game. So, Pat, I will let you start. You begin with your theory and your reasoning for why what could be possibly wrong with Dustin Johnson.
Well, okay. I'm excited about this, and I'm going to start with the fact that something is wrong with Dustin's Johnson. I think.
Nice. I can't wait.
I don't know if there's some sort of disease or
Yikes.
it's not working correctly, or I don't know. Like he's not satisfying Paulina. But if you look at the stats, and I'm going to go, let's go look at the stats. Okay.
John Tillery talked about strokes gained home life. If the home life isn't there.
I'm going to get to strokes gained home life, but I'm just talking about the stats and his Johnson. Okay. So a lot of times, if you got a decent sized Johnson, you're going to be hitting the ball a long way. Okay?
Yeah. From experience, huh?
Yeah, I don't have that, but he's not, and it's like statistically he is I think 33rd, 34th on tour this year in driving distance, where he's been top. Yeah, where he's been top 10.
I didn't even see that.
Or maybe it's strokes gained off the tee. Either way, driving distance, strokes gained off the tee will go whatever. But there's a huge difference there. So something's wrong in that area. And there's some problems there, and I feel like he needs to. I don't know how he's going to, figure that out, but it's a problem. So DJ he's lacking in a lot of ways, but off the tee is one of them, and he's actually driving it more accurate this year than he has over the last 5 or 6 years. So something's changing with his body. Changing with his body. He's more accurate. He's losing distance, things like that. So my theory behind that is that Paulina is getting in his head. Okay? And she's like telling him, DJ, it's not all about how big you are. It's like the fluid. It's the motion. It's the motion in the ocean. And he's lost his edge because it used to be that like he just wanted to hit the ball a long way. And
So you're saying like she's like, hey DJ, length is not all that important. and he's just smart enough to not shit his pants. And so she's trying to make him feel better about his cock size, but what really he thinks she's saying is you don't need to be that long on the golf course. So maybe subconsciously he's slowing down his swing speed.
Yeah, because he's never.
I actually could totally see that.
Hey, check the stats. He's literally hitting the ball not as far as he has over the last 5 years. He was like 4th in strokes gained off.
How could that happen? He's got all the newest technology from TaylorMade.
Yeah, he was like 4th in strokes gained off the tee last year, whereas he's like 34th or something this year. You can fact check me, but somewhere around there. And then
no, we're not doing any fact checking on this segment. This is not about fact checking.
He's also more accurate than he's ever been, but that's the problem.
Who wants accuracy?
He wants accuracy. Screw that. Another thing is, like you mentioned, strokes gained home life.
Yeah, that's a real thing.
Nothing crazy is going on with his life. Like if you go to his Instagram page or his Twitter page, it's all like Adidas ads and whatever else. And like there was one post on Instagram where he's with Paulina and he's dressed like it's like the basketball movie, and that's kind of edgy, but like nothing's really that edgy. Like he's not posting videos of him and Paulina dancing to some song on his boat. Like
where are those videos?
Like where are those videos where he was dancing and they were in sync? They were in sync on their songs. You remember that video that I'm talking about? Like
100%.
And they do the whole like routine and everything. None of that's happening. Everything's way too normal in his life. Way too normal.
I agree.
Crazy shit to happen.
Dude, that makes a lot of sense. I honestly did not think about that, but I think DJ works best in a little chaos. You know what I mean? Like he needs a scandal. He needs something going on. I think that's.
And there's none of that. Like, have you heard JT's not in the news? I mean, DJ's not in the news. Like,
yeah.
Nothing. It's just all normal. It's boring shit. He is so boring right now that it's affecting his golf game, and it's a problem. And that's where I think that things need to change it up. We need to get him. He needs to screw something up. Like we need like him getting caught with hookers and cocaine.
Hookers and blow, man. Can we get hookers and blow DJ back? I mean, that's really what we need.
Anyway, your turn.
He may have Peyronie's disease, Pat, which is is also called penile fibrosis. It's fibrous scar tissue inside your PP that causes curved and painful erections. It can be caused by repeated penile injury, typically during sex or physical activity. Now, may I ask the jury this? Does one think the DJ has had a lot of sex? Yes or no?
Yes.
Does one think DJ has had a lot of sexual activity or physical activity? Excuse me. Yes or no?
I would say yes.
Could he be a candidate for Peyronie's disease? 100% he could.
I would say if I were him and he's just hearing about this, I would be tested immediately for this.
100%. I mean, sometimes they can have it can bend significantly, as what I'm reading here, along with pain.
Wait, what can bend?
Your penis. There's a lot of things. Yeah. There's definitely medical treatments that could happen. We don't want want that. We don't want to see DJ go down, but we also we want to get our DJ back. So that totally makes a lot of sense with me, Pat. And you actually did way better with that than I anticipated. So that's a good theory. My theory is it's out there. It's I don't know. Now that I think about it, yours may be more believable than mine, but maybe not by much. Let me pull this up here real quick. Okay. So I want to start with the timeline first because I need people to understand just how bad DJ's playing. Now, Pat highlighted his driving distance problem, which you may have caught that amongst his penile fibrosis issues. But Pat highlighted the driving distance issue. But I just want to talk about overall. I looked at strokes gained data, the raw strokes gained tee to green data. Okay, tee to green. Your 2020 Dustin Johnson tee to green numbers so far. These are a few of the names that are beating him. in strokes gained tee to green in 2020 years after our Lord? Brian Stewart, Ryan Armour, Rob Oppenheim, Cameron Percy, not Scott Piercy, but Cameron Percy, and Joel Damon. Those are just a handful of names that are actively beating Dustin Johnson in the year 2020 in strokes gained tee to green. Currently,
first off, though, I mean Joel Damon's a stud. So
I threw Joel in there for I threw Joel in there for fun. I threw Joel in there for fun. Now currently, he's sitting at 51st on the tour in strokes gained tee to green in 2020. Now, let's not get it twisted. DJ is still DJ, right? So like he's still going to be in tournaments, but he's just not himself. He's currently at 51st. In 2019, he was 10th. He finished the year in 10th. Now you might say, "Hey, that's not bad," but that was actually his worst year in the last 4, where he finished first in 18, first in 17, third in 16, and then in 2015 and 2014 he finished 10th both years. In 2013, his worst year, he finished 20th. So he is currently on pace to blow his worst year, no pun intended, out of the water in terms of strokes gained tee to green. In other words, there's something wrong with his stroke tee to green. Here's another.
I mentioned stroke earlier.
Yeah, you did mention that. Here's another thing. In early June of 2019, DJ fired Claude Harmon, one of his longtime coaches. He fired Claude Harmon. Now, Claude Harmon may or may not be a great person or a great swing coach. In fact, he may or may not be just riding on the coattails of his daddy. However, nonetheless, DJ decided in the middle of the season, I want to make that change. Why? I think that harkens back to the fact that, again, DJ is just smart enough to not shit himself. Then shortly after that, in early June, was something called the U.S. Open, Pat. Have you ever heard of the U.S. Open?
Yes.
Do you know what day typically also falls on the 4th and final round, the Sunday round of the U.S. Open?
Typically, it is Father's Day.
That is correct. It is Father's Day. Well, did you know that the 4th round of this past year's U.S. Open in 2019, which was also Father's Day, was really where the shit started hitting the fan for DJ. He sucked that round. And that sparked a downward spiral of performance the last half of 2019 and so far in 2020. In his last 40 rounds, starting with that day, he has lost strokes total in 16 of those 40 rounds. 16. That is on pace for his worst season since 2013. Now, this is where it gets a little weird, and I need you to follow me. I need you to stay with me here. Something happened on June 10th, the Monday before the U.S. Open, between the firing of his swing coach and before the 4th and final round, which was also Father's Day of the U.S. Open. Now, where is DJ from, Pat? Do you remember where DJ is from?
He is from South Carolina.
Correct. He is from South Carolina. Not many people from South Carolina, not many people willing to admit they're from South Carolina, DJ being one of them. Went to school at Coastal Carolina, known as a party school. On June 10th, a young lady named Megan Holman, 25 years old. Guess where she's from, Pat?
South Carolina.
She's also from South Carolina. She was minding her own business until she got lit enough to ride a Power Wheels Jeep down a regular-ass road while intoxicated and was then pulled over by the police. Now, you may think these are unrelated stories. However, being from South Carolina, like DJ, being a young lady, 25 years old, kind of up DJ's alley, I would imagine. You might want to know what happened. Well, here's my theory. I believe that while DJ was on a visit home, he may have he may have knocked up said Megan Holman. And on the visit home, that happened. And then she found out on June 10th that she was pregnant with DJ's baby. And what would any self-respecting South Carolina drug user do? She would get herself hammered.
Is this breaking news, or you're just
potentially she would get herself hammered, and then on Saturday night, she thought to herself, "I have to tell DJ what happened." She waited until Sunday morning, and she gave DJ the call that no self-respecting millionaire wants to hear on the Sunday morning before your tee time at the U.S. Open on Father's Day, and that is, DJ, congratulations, happy Father's Day. It's Megan here. You may have seen me in the news riding my Power Wheels down the road, but I need to tell you that I'm pregnant, and the baby is yours. Happy Father's Day, click. And then DJ has to go play a full round of golf. Now, other things that we know about Megan, her Twitter handle is @mholman, HOLMAN 93. And she follows the following 3 accounts. Pat, are you ready for this? @Stoners Doing Things, @Weed Wizards, and @Weed Tweets. Apparently, Megan enjoys the recreational marijuanas and taking joyrides in a toddler's Power Wheels, which to me sounds right up the alley of potentially, just the kind of girl that maybe DJ in his South Carolina hustling days may get down with. So I'm just saying it's a potential theory.
The direction we were going to go.
I'm just saying it's a potential theory. That's all I got. Oh, anyway.
That was good.
None of that was true. Just so everybody knows, I made all of that up. Completely made up. Except, the Megan Holman thing actually happened. That did happen. She is real. And she did get pulled over intoxicated in the middle of the day riding a Power Wheels scooter. Power Wheels Jeep.
How fast do those go? Like a mile an hour?
I think a little faster. So there you go. That's our what's wrong with DJ. It could be some of those things. It could be, penile fibrosis, or it could be the baby daddy of Megan Holman got to him on, which actually means baby should be due any day now. If that's real, I think. I think baby should be due any day now.
Congrats, DJ. Good job, buddy.
Maybe a little nappy factor is all he needs to get it back going. There you go.
Nappy factor. Next event he's in, we're going with him.
All right, I can see Pat hitting the wall real hard here. It's time to call it a night and go ahead and do our DraftKings After Dark show. Can't wait, buddy. Hope everybody has a great week. May your screens be green. Thanks for joining on YouTube. You guys are the best. See ya!
Oh!
Tour Junkies.